morning and welcome to Fridays with Agent Kristin. In order to celebrate the kickoff of our very first video webinar given by PubRants University, I thought I would take today's vlog to chat about one of the key concepts I talked about in yesterday's presentation, and that is, what is a plot catalyst? When I teach a workshop or a webinar on how to craft the perfect pitch paragraph for your query letter, I always start with the big secret. Most writers are struggling with the pitch paragraph because they immediately assume that they need to consolidate a 300-page novel into one pithy paragraph. Well, let me tell you right now, that's pretty much impossible to do. And so I teach writers in my workshop what the big secret is. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you in suspense. Here's the big secret. When an agent is crafting the pitch paragraph that's going to go in the editor's submission letter, we don't bother to try and condense all 300 pages of the story into that pitch. What do? We just simply look at the first 30 pages and we identify the plot catalyst. And we nail that in one sentence. And then we are going to build the pitch paragraph around that tagline or log line. By the way, if you don't nail this, the rest of your pitch is probably going to end up being a hot mess. So what exactly is a plot catalyst? In short, your plot catalyst is a main event that happens within the first 20 or 30 pages of your novel. And if that event doesn't happen, the rest of the story can't exist or go forward. You have to have that event to kick it off. Another quick tip, the plot catalyst is always a physical event. It's not a theme, it's not an emotion, and it's not a character description. It has to be a plot physical event. So let me give you an example to illustrate the point of what I mean by a plot catalyst. I'm going to use Marie Lu's Legend. This is a young adult dystopian novel that came out just a couple of months ago. And I think once I show you, it'll become really clear what I mean by a plot catalyst. Let's use the example of Marie Lu's Legend to see if we can identify the plot catalyst in the jacket copy. A legend is born. What was once the Western United States is now home to the Republic, a nation perpetually at war with its neighbors. Born into an elite family in one of the Republic's wealthiest districts, 15-year-old June is a prodigy, being groomed for success in the Republic's highest military circles. Born into the slums, 15-year-old Day is the country's most wanted criminal, but his motives may not be as malicious as they seem. From very different worlds, June and Day have no reason to cross paths until the day June's brother Matthias is murdered and Day becomes the prime suspect. Caught in the ultimate game of cat and mouse, Day is in a race for his family's survival, while June seeks to avenge Matthias's death. But in a shocking turn of events, the two uncover the truth of what has really brought them together and the sinister lengths their countries will go to keep its secrets. So if we were going to take a look at the plot catalyst in this jacket copy, could you figure out what it is? Because here it is. From very different worlds, June and Day have no reason to cross paths until the day June's brother Matthias is murdered. And one last tip before I sign off for today. If you can't find a main event within the first 20 or 30 pages of your novel that would qualify as a plot catalyst, that might be a sign that your manuscript is in trouble and that perhaps you're starting your story with too much backstory or other elements and you're starting it a little bit too late. That's it for today. Thank you for spending another Friday with me, Agent Kristin, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.